Developing right now, a second healthcare worker has tested positive for Ebola in Texas. According to the Texas Department of Health Services, the second worker also helped treat Thomas Eric Duncan, who died from Ebola last week. This makes two healthcare workers now who have tested positive for Ebola. The first healthcare worker was Nina Pham. She is now in good condition. The CDC has been watching 76 people who may have been exposed by Duncan. The CDC director is saying more will be done to prevent the disease from spreading. Listen.
We will put a team on the ground within hours with some of the world's leading experts in how to take care of and protect healthcare workers from Ebola infection.
Thomas Eric Duncan was the first person to be diagnosed with the illness within the United States. The World Health Organization says the number of infections in West Africa could increase to as many as 10,000 new cases a week within 2 months. We will continue to bring you the very latest on the Ebola outbreak. Stay with News 13. We will have up-to-date information both on air and online. We also have information on our website, including the history of Ebola outbreaks since it was discovered back in 1976, and we have a link to the CDC. A New Mexico principal is under investigation for how he allegedly disciplined and rewarded some of his students. Michael Granado, the principal at Chaparral Elementary School in Santa Fe, is under investigation by the district for putting kids who misbehave into a naughty box. It's basically a taped-off area of the cafeteria floor. The Santa Fe Reporter reports that he rewards other students who do well with what he calls special taxi rides, which is when kids sit on rolling chairs and are pushed down the hallway. The National Education Association sent a grievance letter to the school district calling the behavior of the principal inappropriate.
It makes me feel like they're being treated like animals. You know, you feed your animals, you put their food on the ground, you know. Yeah. I think it's a horrible thing, I really do. I think that this principal should be reprimanded or fired.
Michael Granado has been the principal at Chaparral Elementary School for 2 years. The district says Human Resources is investigating. Overnight, things should be back to normal at the intersection of Central and Bryanmore in northeast Albuquerque after a crash took out a gas light overnight. It was actually a gas line. Witnesses on scene tell us that a fight broke out at a bar and police were called. When officers arrived, witnesses say the crowd scattered and one person wrecked a gas line behind Yanni's restaurant while trying to drive off. It is not known if the driver was caught or even arrested. Crews from the New Mexico Gas were out there repairing the line. An elderly woman with Alzheimer's is back home with her husband after she was missing for 2 days. It was an encounter with a stranger that led officers to find her at a local Smith's.
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten in my vehicle and driven all around the neighborhood looking for her.
76-year-old Myrna Lee Mormon vanished Sunday. She was out for a walk with her husband when she wandered off. For 2 days, search and rescue crews and canines scoured the Four Hills area. Police say yesterday they got a call from a home more than 3 miles away from where she disappeared. The homeowner told officers that a woman showed up claiming to live there. Police started patrolling the area and found Myrna Lee at a nearby Smith's.
Every day she had been out there, it would be going in a direction that none of us really wanted. So, you know, the fact that she recognized that and the silver alert was the thing that alerted her, I'm ever so grateful.
Well, Myrna Lee was checked out by AFD and released to her husband. Oil and gas executives are defending their use of fossil fuels in the Four Corners area after an alarming study comes to light. This picture right here was taken by NASA. It's part of a study by the University of Michigan. It shows a hot spot for methane gas in the United States right in the Four Corners. Now, the study's author attributes it to leaks in natural gas production and processing equipment. But some question if fracking is contributing to it. Tom Dugan of Dugan Production Corporation told the Farmington Daily Times that the report is hardly a call for concern. He says methane has seeped around the area for thousands of years. The State Environment Department says it will be reviewing this new study. The city of Albuquerque addresses a recent problem at a popular dog park. Well, as you can see here, we checked it out, and crews were out there yesterday fixing a fence that severely injured a dog at the Rio Grande Dog Park near Tingley Beach. It was a sharp piece of rebar. Workers have now sanded it down. Steve Savage says the metal cut his blue heeler, Sammy. When the dog ran by it, it left a huge gash in the dog's leg that required stitches. City officials told us the metal was used to hold a trash can in place. But when the city fixed up the park several years ago, the trash can was removed and the metal was not. Savage is asking the city to pay his dog's $1,200 medical bill. The city now says they're looking into that. We should find out this morning if a big bluebird who flew the coop has finally decided to return home.
I didn't know what it was at first. It was just this loud squawk that was going on.
The bird, whose wings are not clipped, obviously, took off from the home near San Mateo and Gibson. The exotic bird is a parrot, a blue and gold macaw. It's been flying around since Monday night. The bird's owner, who did not want to go on camera, just told us that he wants his friend to come home.
Been out before, but every time I get worried that I'm not going to be able to get them again. But as of now, my only concern is just to get them back.
It's a loud macaw. You can hear him up in the trees. The owner has been trying to get him by using different tactics, even bringing along a companion bird, but no such luck. This is no cheap pet either. Macaws can be pricey. One bird expert tells us they can cost up to $3,000. Hopefully that bluebird returns home.